So I'm here with Dwight Johnson.
Yes.
A former NFL player, also
Okay.
now an owner and CEO of Total Athlete, which is an agility, speed, and strength and conditioning training facility.
Amen. You're right.
So just tell me where that inspiration came from that now you want to give back and help these athletes that are coming up.
You know, I've learned a lot in playing sports, playing football in particular, been to the highest level, done a lot of great things, experienced the ups and downs of football, you know, and I got a lot of wisdom and knowledge. And after I played, I just like, you know what, if I just keep it to myself, what value am I to the next generation? So I said, I'm just going to give back because there's a lot of knowledge, there's a lot of wisdom out there that these kids need. They need the blueprint.
So what was the vision of, just creating this entire facility? How did you want it to play out?
When my football career ended, I didn't want to have anything to do with football,
Right.
to be honest with you. I went into the restaurant business for about 3 years, was a restaurant owner, but I realized I wasn't really fulfilling my purpose because I didn't have the peace within. And I just knew that, I need to be giving back to these kids. And when I shut my restaurant down at 9 o'clock every night, I have about 10 kids with me and I'm taking them to Gold's Gym to work out.
Okay.
So I was still doing it, but I wasn't doing it full time.
Okay.
And I just say, you know what, 2007 in May, I'm just going to just quit with it and sell the restaurant. I sold it to a guy that bought it from me, and I said, I'm going to do what I really enjoy doing. And that's training the athletes, helping these kids get to the next level. So I had a vision of a sports complex,
Okay.
and I wrote it down through a business plan. I want to be able to reach kids through speed and agility training, football training, but I just don't want to just be that. I want to train the total athlete.
Right.
So we went and added baseball to what we do. So we got batting cages and stuff. Also, I want a basketball court because I want basketball kids in here.
Okay.
And all athletes need speed and agility training.
Right.
And strength and conditioning. That's the foundation of any good athlete.
And there's plenty of trainers, but what makes you stand out compared to everyone else?
Everybody's doing speed and agility training. It's good, but it's the intangibles. It's the motivation that they get training here at Total Athlete. I say anybody can be a great trainer, but it's how you motivate the kids that make all the difference in the world. How you build them up out there on the training floor, off the training floor, on the football field, off the football field. It's how you build their mind. So it's a ministry. That's what makes me different.
And I think the main thing that stood out to me was big man takeover.
Yes.
What does that give advantage to, all these upcoming athletes that are seeking that D1 offer?
Great question. A lot of camps and combines and showcases focus on the skill guys. I came up with the big man takeover back in 2016. And I wanted to highlight the big guys because there are a lot of scholarship offers out there for O-line, D-line, and even linebackers.
Right.
And that's my specialty. I'm a defensive lineman. But I was tired of going to camps and with the playbook athlete and I'm a part of it, but the big guys are in the mud. They're not the focal point.
Right.
I said, I want to show them some love. So my job is to find the big guys because it's a size game.
Okay.
When you're trying to go to Georgia, Alabama, Baylor University schools that I went to, you got to have the size. That's one. Then you got to have the skill. That's what we add through the big man takeover. We have the skill training with them to make sure now you're recruitable. Then you got to have the grades because they can't touch you if the grades are not right.
Yeah. So you mentioned you playing on the D-line. So when you have offensive players coming in, what are some of the techniques or strategies to make sure that they are getting the best fulfillment of their role that they're playing on the offensive end?
Wow, you're asking some great questions. Well, being a defensive lineman, training an offensive lineman, I know the tendencies of defensive lineman because I'm a defensive lineman.
Right.
So I tell them, I said, we want you to be off balance. We want you to have all your weight up top leaning because we're just going to use your weight against you. So I teach against, from a defensive line standpoint of view. Like, hey, this is what we're gonna do. We come to the outside, we're gonna work our way back to the inside. So you gotta stay half a man. Don't get full man on me, because that gives me a free range, free inside move to get to the quarterback. So that's kind of how I work it from teaching from a defensive line point of view. This is what I do to you.
Final statement, what is the future of Total Athlete?
Great, oh wow. Hey, the best reporter of all times. I'm just gonna say that right now. She asked the best questions, the best reporter of all times.
Thank you.
To continue to impact youth in a positive way, not just football, but baseball, basketball, but also get to the, like I say, taking the online training to a whole nother level. The big man takeover, going national. We're on a national scale, but taking it to where it's just about, we have 10 to 15 camps a year. You know, on top of that, having more training facilities. But having, you know, total athlete, you know, having multiple gyms, a franchise of total athletes all around. You know, I can have one in Texas again, have one in Alabama, like similar to D1 sports, but you know, my own twist on it and stuff like that. But just being that man, and also, you know, a big man takeover speaking and motivational speaking to the athletes when I'm doing my big man takeover showcases.